Hello everyone, my name is Trittany and I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we're all kings and queens of our own kingdom that we call life. This is a monthly horoscope style video for the air signs energies of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Now I say just the general energies because this could be your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or anywhere in particular in your birth chart, because we're going to look at a variety of energies throughout the month. The overall energy, challenges, successes, really. We're also going to look at your headspace and your heart space, also your careers and the spirituality. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed and joined me over the past couple of months. It means so much to me, and everyone who has liked and commented as well. I appreciate all of it. Please let me know if you have any recommendations for me as a reader, because I can't create polls yet. So like if you guys just want something, shout it out and I would be happy to deliver. Anyways, I offer personalized readings too. If you really want the nitty-gritty specifics, your girl can hook you up, okay? They're really good prices, I promise. So all of that information is down below. And anyways, that's it. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the energies for the air signs February 2020. The overall energy that will be experienced is this number 22, harmony. Now, this is also the sacral chakra, which is known of the reproductive organs, the sexual area, I guess you could say, those kind of hormones. But this is about really to what drives you right now towards getting what you want to get in life, or where you want to get in life. Where do you want you to see yourself, and how do you plan? This is the how do you plan to get there? What's going to drive you and motivate to get to that status or that security? This is also this is not the throat chakra, but this is also about communities and socialization as well. So this could be something that could be very particular right now. You could be out socializing a lot more than normal, or you could be going into complete hermit mode as well. I feel like there's some people on one end of the spectrum, and then there's some people at the end. So I feel like this is going to be that kind of reading that you'll find yourself on there somewhere along the way. So orange can be a very lively, fiery energy as well. And I feel like you guys are feeling a lot of hormones, a lot of emotions, and just a lot of really strong things. And it could be almost even numbing, because like you're feeling it every day, I feel like. With that 22, that's consistency as well. And I'd add up to a 4, so again, stable. You're working through it, I feel like. And you're just definitely in the feeling part of the process, and learning how to build from it and how to use it to fuel yourself in the future, okay? So, your greatest challenge for February of 2020, we have number 16, heed the messenger. So I feel like there's something that's also really grabbing at your attention in the month of February. Something that you can know that you're going to have to pull yourself to do, perhaps. I feel like this is a very driving force. So I feel like you could be keeping your head down as well with this heed the messenger. It's kind of very secretive. I feel like you could be really secluding yourself, keeping to yourself, trying to stay out of people's drama. I feel like there could be a lot of drama around you. But you're really just kind of taking time to like chill out on your own. And getting that alone time could be probably one of the biggest challenges that you're facing in February 2020. Perhaps you're really busy. Maybe you're always around other people. You have a household full of kids and family. So maybe it's hard for you to get a little TLC, some, time on your own. Also, you could be really just fighting off. I feel like you are going through a process, and I'll get more into that. I feel like it does have to do with your love and relationships and kind of your emotions and with family, which could really be hard not to like feed into drama, especially with family and people that you're constantly around. We're also looking at not ignoring your thoughts as well, because I feel like one minute you're really down on yourself, and then the next you're kind of like already noticing that you're starting to stand back up, like slowly. You're definitely not up yet, but I feel like you're getting on a knee. Like you're kind of getting on a knee and turning back and starting to see. This is so weird. Sometimes this is not the first time I've experienced this. I've had like images of like contorted bodies, if you know what that means. Like bodies kind of like twisted, and like it's like some kind of weird energy. That's like okay. I don't edit my videos, so I'm so sorry. We'll get into it later. I feel like y'all will understand what I was saying after you experience the whole shebang. We'll move on to your greatest accomplishment of February 2020. We have embracing. So you see this kind of stork-like bird standing alone in a standstill of water. This is actually called like a flood field, is what I believe it is called. And these are like lands that are close to rivers. So you could be someone who lives by rivers. Maybe you're experiencing a lot of water around where you live. Perhaps maybe it's always dry and you are experiencing floodings or high water or just more than normal rain. So when this river overflows into these lands, it carries silt and sand and stuff and like the minerals, and it floods the land. The land absorbs it and pretty much uses it as a fertilizer. Not really the same, but like it nourishes. Your girl's having a hard time talking today. It's been a long day. Nourishes the land and allows for it to grow again. But you're kind of in, again, I feel like that removal energy and emotions could be really high for you right now. I definitely feel like you could be going through a breakup or family dramas and stuff like that. And you're really just trying to lock yourself in your room and get some alone time. Exactly. The puppy says hi. Alright, we're moving on to your headspace in February 2020. If you've already made it this far in the video, I'm gonna congratulate you. Okay, your headspace for February 2020, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse with the 7 of Wands in reverse. So these two together to me is kind of like, again, this is that kind of down on yourself energy, along with this 5 of Pentacles right now, right next to it. This is your guys' headspace. If this is how y'all are feeling and thinking, I just want to give you a big hug right now, because that's, I feel like you are really down on yourself. You're not feeling the most confident. That could also be this chakra right here. You could be really self-conscious about yourself. This is about sexual drive and probably how you perceive others to perceive you in an aesthetic way, a sexual desire way, physically, like this could be really heavy on your mind. And I feel like you could be, not feeling very self-confident, not feeling very special or like you stand out from the crowd either. Perhaps your clothes are getting really old and you need to go shopping as well. That could be something with, again, this 5 of Pentacles right next to it. I feel like your self-expression is kind of just taking a hit right now. And I feel like it's kind of being monitored, actually, and tied up in a way. We have the Emperor right next to it in reversed. So I feel like you are, again, trying to keep your head down. You're trying not to get noticed, really. You're really trying to fly below the radar and really not be seen. And I feel like you could be just kind of pretending to be sick and pretending to ignore people and ignore plans, wanting to stay in and play hooky, maybe even. But you're really just trying to prioritize yourself. I feel like also with this Emperor card in reverse, you're trying to definitely take time away from people. Maybe you don't want to get sick either, but I feel like you already feel energetically low. So if you are also dealing with I kind of got a parental vibe too with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse and this 7 of Wands in reverse. I kind of got a feminine energy and a masculine energy, but in reverse. I mean, I see this as a very standard, like a mother and a father, you know, like this would totally be a feminine mother energy. The 9 of Pentacles, very nurturing, fertile, and self-sustained, and just able to get everything done around the house. And the 7 of Wands can kind of be, you know, a very masculine energy. It could also be someone who's very reliable, you know. Perhaps you did have a good family, maybe you didn't, but these were both in the reverse, so I do see some kind of parental energy influencing you in February, like really much so on your mind. It could also particularly be a father or a grandfather with the Emperor in reverse, which is that Aries energy. And with the 5 of Pentacles, you mean you could be moving out, you could be getting kicked out, people in your family could be getting kicked out of the residence. It could just be a very hard time with your family right now that could be really heavy on your mind as well. Perhaps you could be really needing to go visit family members or friend members that are like family, you know. Perhaps you need to take that kind of visit to see grandparents or anyone of close relation, because I feel like they are thinking of you too in the same way. So, moving on into your emotions and in your heart space, we have the 5 of Swords with the High Priestess. So, I feel like with this 5 of Swords, you guys are really evolving in your emotions and in your romance. I feel like you could have had a heartbreak situation kind of go on, and if you didn't, and you're in a relationship, I feel like things may be tending to get a little bit more serious between you two, because right next to that with the High Priestess, if you're in a relationship, that could be that kind of commitment, that stepping into again, just that commitment, I suppose. 1 second, please. But if you are single, I feel like you could be really starting to get over your past. Perhaps there was someone significant. I feel like you're really just starting to step out of that. Like, you're starting to get a little bit more comfortable on your own, but you're really starting to get a little bit more adventurous with it as well. I feel like you're going to start opening more doors and taking more opportunities in love and in your emotions of the way that you express it. I feel like you really learned a lot in your past few lessons. I mean, really, you did. You've came a long way. Some of you may be quick to like jump into relationships, or like quick to like really open up, you know, be your true air sign and air energy form. I feel like you're kind of holding yourself back to that, but the way that you express yourself is just, it's so you that you can't control it, but people still love and they still fall for you for that. So don't feel like you're just dropping in and dropping everything on everyone. People take you rather seriously and they respect you, because we have with the High Priestess next to it, they think that you're someone that, like, they learn something new about you all the time. Every time they talk to you, they learn something new. Sorry, my dog's running up and down right now, being crazy. In your emotions, you could be dealing with opposing sexes a little bit more often, and it could be different than you have in the past too. So like that may not even be necessarily emotional and sexual or romantically. I guess that's just overall, and it could be challenging. Yeah, that's just like a mini message. I guess it wasn't very clear. So in the emotions and relationships, we also have the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, we have 2 fire signs out on the reverse. So you could be dealing with Leo, and Aries, or Sagittarius. It's just those kinds of fiery energies, though, that you would expect to see in someone's emotions and heart space, because it's all about that passion, and that's a very strong pair. There's also... yeah, I don't know. I keep getting something about weird about like opposite sexes. So y'all y'all could be already in that field, or it could be something that perhaps ticks at your brain. So with this Queen of Wands in reverse and this Knight of Wands in reverse, if you're in a relationship, again, I feel like that commitment level has just like boosted up. Someone knows that for sure the passion is here, the commitment is here. Perhaps if they're even someone that leaves at work, they know now for sure that they can trust you, like you are their home base. If you're single, I feel like these lessons that you've learned in the past, that you have grown so much and grown so much wiser, have been that you are no longer going to play along with these kinds of like fuck boys and fuck girl games. Like, you're not just trying to go with someone for a one night stand. And if you are, notice how they're both fire signs, okay? So they're both on the same page. If you're still going out and doing that, you're doing that, but make sure you're doing it with someone who wants to just do that too, you know? Don't be playing no fool. We also had an extra card flip out, which is the Two of Swords. So with the relationships, y'all are both on the same page. Very committal, I feel like the two is, with the swords being air and action. I feel like this is kind of like a justice card to me in a way. So I feel like it's just a mutual, non-spoken agreement. There was also another word that wanted to come out, but expect your relationships to be getting definitely more serious, a little bit more defined. Perhaps you could be voicing now that you're with someone that you've probably, maybe you've only been with them for a little bit, or you've been with them for a long bit. Maybe you guys want to keep it secret for now and then come out with it soon. But you could be at the stage where like you're introducing them to family as well. Like, hey, this isn't just someone I'm fucking anymore. Like, this is someone I want to keep. You know? Okay, we'll move on to the career and finance sector. Yo, I gotta thank you if you're still here with me. Today's just a really weird kind of reading. It's kind of been bumpy for me. So, the first card that we have for the career and finances, we have the number 3. We have the Empress, okay? So, we have a lot of major arcana already out here. We have the Emperor in reverse. We have the High Priestess. And we also have the Empress. And again, right next to it, we have the Emperor again. This time it is upright. Again, we see kind of like a parental energy is what I got. A motherly feminine energy and a masculine father energy. Paired right next to each other again, 3 and 4. So this is in your career and finance sector. Perhaps your family could be influencing your pocketbook right now. If you're helping take care of other family or children of your own, you could be really doing your best to maybe learning how to discipline your child and figuring out which methods work for them that you're comfortable doing with. You know, there's two ends of that spectrum. So you're really trying to establish your dominance too with your children, and maybe even in your workspace, you're trying to assert your dominance, not in a bad way, like assert your dominance, you know, like, no. Assert your dominance in a professional manner is what this Empress is kind of persuading on, and with the Emperor card right next to it. So I feel like you're doing that in a very clean and precise way that people agree with, and they see your ideas as progressive. They see your energy as progressive and serious. So I feel like you're just being perceived very well in the workspace right now. Like I said, again, it just could be some kind of family issues. Perhaps, again, we do see chariots moving in the background that's like engraved on the wall, the hieroglyphics, but they're not hieroglyphics. Yeah, there's like chariots, pretty much. So I lost my train of thought. I like totally got thrown off the wheel. I don't know why I was saying progressive automotive. I don't know. Y'all dealing with car and car insurance? someone buying a new car. I don't know. Maybe you need a card that can like fit having children in it. Like you're thinking about having more of an adult vehicle. I feel like you guys are actually really maturing too with that Five of Wands. Sorry, the Five of Swords. Again, I felt like that very mature energy next to the High Priestess. Not only romantically, but like your self-worth. Because I feel like this is kind of confusing. Like it almost should have even came up upright that you are feeling really confident and established. I feel like by the end of February, you'll be solid in this energy, okay? Because right now it's only in the reverse, and like I said about taking that knee and turning around and seeing where you've came from. And I get that energy too with this Five of Wands. God, Five of Swords. It's a hot card. My energy is on a whole nother level today, apparently. Okay. We'll move on from those two cards. So the next card in your career and finance, you get the smacking 10 of Pentacles, okay? So I feel like, yeah, at the end of the month, I feel like you're really going to step into establishing yourself. You may be helping a lot of people in the workforce, but you could also be receiving help as well. Okay, if you work in any kind of team setting, you're receiving people really want to work with you right now, and they feel like you can accomplish a lot. You have really good ideas, and together you guys can have even better ideas as a group. So really work on collaborations because it will come together really well. Also, we have the Ace of Swords. So if you are able to pull together any kind of business idea or any kind of business structure, it's going to hold up and it's going to last. And that can be in like your own budgeting kind of system, can really pay off in the end and really help you get an established home life with your spouse or your person of interest, or maybe to help even your other families receive that kind of financial stability, or at least, you know, a family member to lean on to even buy the groceries, okay? So I feel like you have an idea too also in the workplace that you could be going to present to people higher up than you, superior to you, and they're really going to take your ideas seriously. They're going to hopefully see it as in a very inquisitive way. Perhaps your boss or your superior could be someone that you view as younger than you energetically, so to speak, and they're really going to actually look up to your ideas. So they may not show that right away, but I feel like it's really going to affect them and speak to them. So with this Ace of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like you just really also stand out again in that workspace. Because notice how this bobcat is out there chopping the snake, the python, the cobra, whatever. And there's a whole army behind them. I definitely think that you are going to start a movement or really establish yourself ahead of your what are they called when they're people that you work with? It starts with a C, maybe? I don't know. If you know, please let me know in the comments, because it's gonna bother me. You're just ahead of the game, and you're about to pull in some really good cash, it looks like. Just make sure you know what to do with it. So, we're gonna step into your spirituality for February of 2020. We have the Six of Stones, exploitation, along with number 7, the Archerer. And then we also have number 6, the Lover. So again, there's 2 major arcanas right there. You have so many. So with that Six of Stones, the exploitation, I feel like that comes from your past relationship energies, or maybe it is from your community, your family, or maybe you have friends that may be mooching off you as well. We see a group of dogs. This card definitely indicates community. this Six of Stones is really expressing that energy. As far as, I feel like you've given out your energy to a lot of people in the past, a lot of people, groups of friends in the past, groups of family members in the past, and you're really about to take that all back, and you're about to snatch it all back, and you are not letting go. You're definitely going to take back what is yours. And I feel like that's with the relationship as well. You're done with people who really want to exploit you like that and really just play with your feelings and maybe just get whatever they want out of you and not take you seriously for who you are. And maybe, excuse me, maybe you will also have exes come back around and try to exploit you again, but I feel like you have your eyes dead set on something else, because the next card that you had right there was the Lovers, which is Gemini energy too. So if you are a Gemini, perhaps you're not fucking with anyone right now and you are all about you. And if you're not and you're outdoing you, that's good too, because with this Gemini energy, I'm seeing as those new romantic and just really lustful experiences that you're gonna have when you begin to focus on yourself and focus in a new direction other than everyone else's shit, then you're gonna be like, it's going to heal you in a different kind of way. If you are doing Kundalini too with other people, if they're out there doing you, I feel like those are going to serve you very well too. Just to maybe freshen up your energy and get new experiences, if that resonates with you. I feel like you could have your eye on someone in particular, so that Kundalini energy could be very helpful. But for now, I feel like I said, you're in a slow period. You were at a very solid rest, but I feel like you're starting to take that knee. You're kind of starting to come out of your shell and out of your cave. With the Five of Stones, endurance, there's a storm out right now, but you're kind of intrigued and entranced by it and what it has to offer and what it may sorry, my dog's trying to play with me. What it may inspire and push to start. So I feel like you're finally kind of starting to play with that kind of energy too and what you can do with it. So I feel like you're just in, again, that slow period, this exploitation. Like, you've been through a lot of things recently, and now you're kind of taking a moment to grab your breath and really pull that arrow back and be in that stillness, right to shoot into the Lovers card, and just very healing energy even for yourself, your masculine and your feminine energies. It's just going to be, you're gonna feel great, I feel like, by the end of February. And it's going to allow you to kind of look back at those moments that you thought would be your last night, that would be your last moments, something that you thought ended you and ended everything that you had or would ever have in the future. And what really sparked for those kinds of situations and scenarios to change, and what caused you to change. Why did you change? Why are you changing? Kind of get into that reflective Five of Swords energy. And make sure you're not changing for other people too. Family, friends, or anyone of interest. Because I feel like you're in a very maturing state right now. You're really taking a step up and defining who you are and what you want. Definitely in your workspace. Yeah, that was a very bumpy ride, so thank you for staying with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe or leave a comment. And I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.